fellows. Welcome to Teachers TV Africa. And the main objective of this live, I'm Teacher Peter Okware, is to purely answer so many questions from the Mandela Washington applicants. I'm a fellow participant and also a winner. I was at the Georgia State University and under alumni enrichment program. I was at the university. Sorry, I was at the University of Georgia. That was the University of Georgia. That was the fellowship. Then the other program that was in 2023. Yes, I was at the 2022. I was at the Georgia State University. So today we're going to be answering a couple of questions from the fellows. So feel at home, and we're going to dive into so many questions. Kindly, you can share your questions, and we promise to give you all exact answers. Firstly, I'm Teacher Peter Okware. I'm a past fellow. One of the things that you'll achieve from Mandela Washington program is the exposure. And this fellowship is one of the most prestigious fellowship in the entire world. And it is 100% fair. You don't pay any money, you don't pay any middleman, you don't pay any person to support you in any way. Everything is free of charge. So members, if you're joining us, thank you for joining. Don't forget to like the live, and also kindly share with me whether the sound is okay, whether everything is okay in the comment section. You can share your opinion. And I'm direct and live from Uganda, East Africa. It is currently 10 a.m., 10 p.m. in Uganda, East Africa. Yes, the Pearl of Africa. So if you have any question, kindly are going to share it in the comment section. Then we shall be addressing all the questions. Thank you, Teacher Isaac. The sound is good. Yes. Teacher, the sound is good. That is Agure Agnes. Thank you very much. So members, as you're joining, firstly do two things. Don't forget to like this live, and also don't forget to share your comment and also to subscribe. So as a Mandela Washington alumni, this competition or this fellowship is very, very competitive. Very, very competitive in a way that it is not easy to be selected if you have not prepared yourself. You have to prepare yourself ahead of time. And if you prepare yourself ahead of time, chances of making it are very high. And today, if you like people who usually don't make it, are those people who think that this fellowship is just a walkover. It's not a walkover. Thank you, Maurice, for joining the live about the Mandela Washington Fellowship Program. Teacher Maurice is present, and thank you, John Mutimba, for also joining live and kicking. Now, I'll tell you one thing, the two things that you should know. There's a video that we made about how to create or how to come up with a successful application, and that video has helped over 50 people to be selected for the fellowship. And today I've received so many questions in my inbox, and in most cases I can't address all the questions at one go, and that's why we set up this live. We can have so many of them as long as people, until when the last person applies. And with that, we strongly believe that at least if people take time to understand what it takes to prepare a successful application, you're good to go. I'm going to start with some of the questions that people asked me. Or before even going on the questions, these are the things that you should not do. At least members, if you have a pen and paper, just tell me that I have a pen and paper in the comment section so that we start. I need like 5 people to tell me that they have a pen and paper. Or if you have where you're writing on your phone or somewhere, but at least I need it in the comment section, then we start. I haven't received any. I need like 5 people to comment that you are ready. I'm ready. I have where to write. Thank you. That's the first person. Have a pen and paper. Thank you. That's the second person. More 3 people to go. Why? I have a pen and paper. That's the 4th person. Curtis. Hi, teacher Peter. Very well done for all you do. Thank you. I'm ready, sir. Sarah and John Mutimba, you're all ready. And also during the session, don't forget to also tell us where you're watching from, so that at least we can know that. Now, these are the things that at least you shouldn't do. The first thing, today we have, thank you, Sarah. You have a pen and paper. Today we have one of the biggest issue, and that is AI. Now, a person is doing the application and you use AI in any way, just know that you are disqualified. Why? The people who are going to participate in reading and doing everything, like they are extremely well facilitated. They have all the gadgets. So any person who uses AI, because I've seen so many people, they just go type in the question in those AI tools that are available right now. And what happens? The AI tool gives them the answers. So if you do that, just know that you're out. You can't make it beyond that stage. So that's the first thing. Don't use AI. And members, before we always encourage people, know that we want people to watch our video, because even the video is not of that sort of a good quality. But before doing your application, we made a video, and you'll also find it in the comment section in this video after the live. Take time and watch it on how to prepare a successful application, Mandela Washington Fellowship application. So take time and watch the entire video. One of the things that, again, a person shouldn't do, there is what they call plagiarism. Plagiarism is whereby a person uses content which doesn't belong to them. So if a person goes and plagiarizes content, what happens is that content will be detected and that application will be rejected. It will be detected and the application will be rejected. So guys, avoid plagiarism. Then that is copying. Yes, I believe there's so many people who are used to copying. The person, I've received so many people, a person calls you and tells you, kindly share with me the application of a person who applied last year. And the person who applied last year, the application is in the system. So regardless of how you change it, the moment you use it, you will easily be captured, and you won't go through the next stage. And generally, it also becomes very hard for that person to be considered in future. Then the other thing, don't allow people to write for you. In most cases, it's very good to be authentic, because you're the only one who can tell your story. So people can proofread your application, but it is very important if you participate in writing your own application. Why? The more you write your own application, is the more your chances of being original, because you can never find 2 people having the same, I would say, the same history and way of doing things. We differ. So the moment a person writes for you, it simply means that person will write for you depending on their experience. But it is far better if you write your own application. So guys, invest in writing your own application. And then don't pay any person to write for you your application. Just write it and let people proofread your application. So that's one of the things, because I've been approached by so many people. A person who tells you, kindly teacher Peter, I'm going to give you this one, so money, write for me, make for me this application, I'd like to make it. You might pass through and go to the semi-finals, but they will ask you so many questions and you'll not have what they call an understanding of those questions, simply because you didn't participate in writing your application. So we discourage people from getting people to write for them the applications. The other thing, don't procrastinate. or don't postpone, whereby you find the person say, okay, I still have time. I write my application next week. Yeah, I still have time. Why? The moment you do that, just know that in the final days of the application, you find that there are so many people who are submitting. So at times even the system is overwhelmed, and it also goes into, I would say, a shock. So it is better for you to do everything on time. And then apart from just delaying, again, don't rush. What does it mean? Rushing, whereby a person just says, I'm starting on this application in the morning, I'm submitting it in the evening. Take time. Take time. Write, read through, come back, write, read through until when you're rest assured that what you have written is on point. Now, then the other thing is what we shouldn't do. In most cases, before applying, take time and do enough research about the Mandela Washington Fellowship. And watching this live is one way on how you are doing research about the Mandela Washington Fellowship. If you find it that people who are always selected, at times are not even, I would not say that they are the best, but these are people who know how to tell their stories. So it's all about telling your story. As long as you know you have done something for your community, as long as you know that you have done something for your nation, as long as you know that you have done something, however small it might be. One of the beauty of the Mandela Washington Fellowship is that it doesn't base on education, background, religion, denomination, political affiliation, sexual orientation, meaning everyone is allowed to participate in the fellowship. So there is no limitation that you are not allowed, this person is allowed. Even the minority groups are also allowed. Even people with disabilities, they're also allowed. So everyone is allowed to participate, and we all get equal opportunities or chances of making it. So be it a person who is deep in the village, be it a person who is in the city, as long as on the final day, before the final day, you have clicked the submit button and your submission goes in, there you stand a chance of going through. So guys, those are some of the things that at least I would like you to know before we start the real business. And before we start the real business, I would also like all of you to be ready with your questions. And if you don't have a question, I have a couple of questions that people have been sharing that I'll be going through. But first and foremost, if you're joining the live, don't forget to like the live and also to subscribe to Teachers TV Africa. Yes, that's the only way how you can also reward us, because in most cases, you find that in times so many people come to these lives purely for the fellowship, and after that they never come back. They, in their countries, they have so many teachers, but they never tell any teacher about this Teachers TV Africa. They never tell parents, they never tell educators, yet we do a lot of things for educators on this channel, and parents, yes, and even students, yes. Now there's 3 stages that take place into the fellowship. The first thing is the application, where you apply. Then from there is what they call where people who go through are called for semi-finals. When you are invited for semi-finals, this is whereby you talk about yourself and basically defend what you applied for. And where you ask a couple of questions, and so many questions based on what you wrote. So that's why it's very important for a person who writes to be the real person, not getting a person to write for you. Then the final stage is the fellowship itself. And basically this one takes place in June in the United States. And in the Mandela Washington Fellowship, a person doesn't pay any money. It is totally free of charge. You don't pay any single coin to participate. So it's totally free of charge. The nominations and from the entire process is totally free of charge. So a person shouldn't tell you, give me this money, do for me this, do for me this. So as long as you know how to apply, everything is free of charge. So that's the beauty. And then if you make it anyway, you're even done will be given money. So that's the beauty with the fellowship. Now, one of the things that at least we should all know, that as you're starting, the more you start participating in this fellowship is the more you also get to understand what they call competition. There are so many people who are putting in a lot of efforts and energy to see that they make it. So as a person over there, also take time to find out how can I manage the competition? How can I write an outstanding application? You find some people, the mistakes that other people do is a person goes and writes 1 line or 2 lines. They have told you write maybe sentences that are not less than 300 words. Then a person writes just 20 words. Now, in most cases, how do you expect a person who is going to read to understand you in the 20 words? So the word limit that they give us is more than enough for you to talk about yourself so that a reader can understand you from their eyes or from what you have written. So that's one of the things at least I've also observed. You find that so many people, when they're applying, they just they take it for just let me just apply, and they don't put in the extra efforts. So guys, before you submit your application, try to see that it's a mature application. Now, as we start, we are starting with the first thing. The first thing, if you want to apply and make it, first look at the age. You should be between 25 and 35. But even people of 21 to 24, they are allowed to apply as long as they are exceptional. Exceptional means in terms of performance, in terms of accomplishments, they're also allowed. Then when it comes to education, you have said there is no education attachment or background that maybe a person has to be of degree, senior 6, this level. As long as you can speak it, you can speak English, and as long as a person can write, you can apply. Now, one of the things that we should all understand, we have 3 tracks. We have what we call the civic engagement track. We have the business engagement track. We have also the public management track. Now, with those tracks, you are supposed to pick your priority track. That is number 1. Now, your application, your entire Mandela Washington application, has mainly to focus on your first choice. Why? It is that choice that supports, or that enables people who will be reading your application to understand you better. Now, assume a person has put business management or business as their first choice, and then they come in the application, but everything is politics, or everything is about politics. Let me just say politics. There's no way how politics and business match. Either match, your application might be good, your chances of making it the next level might be very minimal, because it's a sign that the person is applying, they are not well informed about what they want. So guys, as you're applying, take time to first understand, what do I want? Which area am I applying? Which category am I applying for or in? I don't know which English can I use there. So after knowing that, it can give you a clear direction on how to make the right application. I don't know whether we are moving. If at least kindly, those ones are just joining, don't forget to like this live, like it. Don't also forget to subscribe, and even after this live, don't forget to tell your people at home, because I believe you're now with them, they're also watching. Don't forget to tell them, all of them, to subscribe and be a part of this amazing family. Yes, Lynette, thank you. You have said yes, there's something that you're learning from the live so far. I don't know, is the speed okay? Should I increase the speed? Am I audible? Am I too fast? Am I okay? Just kindly let me know. Let me some water. Kindly let me know. I would like to hear from you members. Am I okay? Is the speed okay? Is everything okay? So that we can proceed. Thank you very much, Tisha, Isaac, Ojo. Thank you. Just keep it that way. All is okay. Thank you, Edward. You're audible. Thank you very much. Yes, the gracious. Thank you. Yes, everything is okay. Wow, thank you very much. So, guys, let us proceed. Now, there are 3 tracks, and let me at least give you a clear picture on how. Yes, thank you. Watching from Nigeria, the speed is okay. Thank you very much. And I believe Nigeria right now it is 8 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Now there are 3 tracks. All people. Let me start with the people who should apply for the civic engagement. People, as the word civic is more of teaching. Civic is more of creating awareness and educating. So if you know that whatever you're doing is in line with teaching, is in line with education, your track should be civic. Are you a teacher? Are you working in the NGO world? Are you working maybe in those mentorship programs? Are you doing things that maybe have a lot of training and human resource development? In most cases, those are all civic because you are in teaching. You find that at times even people who are in politics, that is also at times, in most cases, civic, depending on which type and which level of politics. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So what should happen is TV presenting. Thank you. Now, I believe I'm going to start addressing those questions as we are moving forward, but kindly keep those questions coming in the comment section. Now, what is public? Public is basically people who are working in government or big parastatals. That is in most cases regarded as public. So don't confuse the two. People majorly who are working in the government, those are the people who are in public. Like that's why it is like in the normal language, we can call it the public sector. So the public track, that track is mainly for people who are at that stage and level. Then the business, this is the category for people who are mainly in the line of business. Maybe I'm in manufacturing, I'm in production, I'm in tourism, I'm in hospitality, and all those things. As long as what you're doing, it has just a direct attachment with the business. Farming, all those ones are mainly under the track of business, as long as they have that monetary attachment in them. Now, if a person is applying for the program, at least you should first ask yourself, what are you doing? If you don't know what you're doing or what you want to become in life, at least you have to first identify yourself. Now, Lynette Blaze asked, is TV presenting civic? It depends, Lynette, what's presenting? Like, is it okay if you share which type of presentation are you talking about? So that at least we can get it well. But in most cases, media, from a bigger perspective, media in most cases belongs to civic engagement. Yes, but at least kindly be more specific. Which type of, if you're presenting, what do you present? Thank you very much. Now, in most cases, people who don't make it through are people who fail to choose the right track. That's the first thing. Then the second thing I would say, it is just fear. So many people at times who make it are just bold people. In most cases, you find a person will apply this time and they don't make it. They'll not give up. They'll also they again apply next year. They'll apply another year. They'll apply another year. Personally, I applied the first time and I didn't make it. Then I went and sat back and then did a lot of revision, improved myself. And by the time I applied the second time, I was extremely sure that I'm going to make it. Yes, by the grace of God, and also the commitment that I'd put in everything that I was doing. So TV show, that is mainly civic. Yes, I would say civic. So you can apply in the civic area. Because unless, is there anything that you're selling on the TV show? If nothing, then civic, because it can go into the public, but it's more of the civic. Yes, because that is, I believe, that's media journalism. Yes. Now, if a person, again, as you have said, fear deters so many people from making it. Why? A person reads all those questions and says, how am I going to start? And there are very many questions, there are hard questions. But one of the things that will make you succeed is first taking this or understanding this, that this application is all about telling your story. Learn how to tell your story. The moment you learn how to tell your story, and the moment you also learn to know what you want, you have, I would say, 80% chances of making it. And there are certain things that people do and they despise them. A person thinks that people who are selected are people who speak good English, where a person says, yeah, now, you know, that English. No, they don't consider that. They consider accomplishments. And they don't consider positions. They consider accomplishments at whatsoever level. Whether you are at the starter level, you are at the intermediary level, you are at the high level, as long as you have accomplishments. So never even fear and say, my boss has applied, for me I won't apply, because chances are very high that they will select my boss, they will not select me. You might find out that they have selected you, they have not selected your boss. So it is a very fair play. So guys, don't lose heart and say, now you see, I don't have this. Now you find that so many of us here, you have done so many amazing things, amazing and great things, but you find that times people don't utilize this opportunity. How? If you want to benefit from it, firstly, sit down and ask yourself, what have I done in life? What are those things, those achievements, those accomplishments in my area that I believe can beef up my application? Because it's all about showing the readers that I am capable. If I am taken to the United States, I'm capable of coming back and transform my society and transform people. So many people have done great things, but in most cases, when you're applying, you don't put them there. Now you have only, I would say you have less than 10, not even 10, you have less than 5 minutes, if not 3 minutes, to convince the people who read your applications. And how do you convince them? You convince them from the personal statement. Why? By telling the story about yourself. What inspired you to do what you're doing? What led you to do that? What keeps you waking up very early to see that you are adding in more efforts in what you're doing? So as long as a person can get that, you are good to go, because the moment you convince that reader or the person who is evaluating your application from the word go, chances are very high that they are going to give it attention. Imagine if a person knocks on your door very early in the morning and they start telling you, you see, I've knocked on your door, but I don't know why I've knocked on your door, but I've come. I know you can help me, but I don't know whether you have what I want. You can become irritated because the person is not direct and specific. But another person can knock on your door and say, good morning, sir. Good morning, madam. My name is teacher so-and-so, and I'm hungry. I've spent 3 days without eating anything. If you have anything to eat, kindly help me with it. And after eating, I'm proceeding. I'm having a journey of 20 miles. So among the two people, whom will you give what they want, or whom will you support easily? The one who has meandered, or the one who has been direct to the point? So that's the same thing with the application. You find that some people, when they're writing, they are not clear at all. They are very generic. We are writing about Uganda. We are writing about the entire education. It is not all about writing about the entire education. It's all about writing about those specific areas. What are you doing? What are you going to put in place if you're given this opportunity? Then the biggest mistake that again people do while writing the application, we differentiate or we confuse fellowship and scholarship. Members, the Mandela Washington Fellowship is not a scholarship program, it's a fellowship program. When we went to the United States, we are placed in universities. And I believe most of you'll go to those universities. In those universities, you learn, you network, you can get a chance of meeting so many people. You'll meet professors, you'll meet doctors, lawyers, people of influence, presidents, and so many big people. And now it's upon you to leverage and use that opportunity well. Again, also to find ways on how you can get scholarships if you want them. Now, the biggest challenge that people do is a person thinks that if I go, everything will become better that same time. When you go there, one of the things that you have to do is to build meaningful relationships. Don't go and become too excited, because you'll see the buildings, you become excited, you see maybe the cars, the planes, the food and all that, and some people are drowned in that excitement and they end up not achieving what they're supposed to achieve. So there's a lot of preparation that has to be done in terms of how do I package myself before going? If I meet people, how can I use what they call speed networking? How can I use 30 seconds, 1 minute to win someone's attention so that they can give me more time, or that time alone can be of great value. So this is a fellowship, not a scholarship. So just know that scholarships can come, but at least you have got this fellowship. Now, another thing that at least people should know, before applying, ask yourself a simple question. What have you done? There are people here who, I don't know, I believe all people here have done great things. One of the things that people at least at times despise is the voluntary part of it. So guys, if you make it this year, we thank God. If again you don't make it, again, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the road. There are so many other opportunities. Fellowships are still coming year in, year out. But one of the things that you should never forget is the small thing that times people don't focus on are things that matter here. One of it is how often have you invested in volunteering? You find that some people never in their lives, they have never volunteered. Anything that they do, it has to be backed by money. So there also, it is not bad, but it simply means that your life is only your life and benefits you. So if you have never volunteered, it simply means that your accomplishments at the higher level have to be very, very clear, and they have to speak for you. So volunteering, if you know that you have ever done that, kind of don't forget to put it in your application. And then the other thing is, don't give generic answers or responses. What do I mean by generic? Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I had a long day. What do I mean by a generic response? Yes, in the next 5 minutes, I'll start responding to questions. Thank you. Kindly keep those questions coming. And as you're joining, don't forget to like the live. Don't forget to subscribe. I believe by the end of this, we should be having over 30 subscribers, new subscribers. Now, what do I mean by generic? You find that at times some people, a person might say, they can ask you, write about your accomplishments. That section is there. Then the person says, we have trained so many, maybe teachers, we have supported mothers in Kampala, Kamwenge, in Uganda, in Nigeria. But when the answers are not specific, what does it mean? If it's workshops, can you tell us how many workshops have you conducted? How many people benefited? If you can also go ahead and tell us maybe this was the proportion of women to men and this was the outcome of that. So it is better to be extremely specific. If you're talking about we have distributed sanitary pads to schools, if you say schools, it is broad. Do you mean schools in Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya? But I would say we have distributed over 10,000 sanitary pads to underprivileged schools, or 30 underprivileged schools, and we have done that using 5 programs. We managed to raise all those 10,000 pads through fundraising or through charity or voluntary activities, or through our personal resources. So with that, you are giving a person a clear picture that you know what you're talking about. And my vision is I would like to participate in this fellowship, because if I make it, I strongly believe that while we have been supplying 10,000 pads, we will not even be supplying. I would like to get more knowledge and skills on how we can start producing. And our target is to supply 1,000 or 100,000 pads per month to girls, at least in 10 schools, or 10 schools, underprivileged schools in rural areas or the urban poor. So members, I don't know whether I'm speaking some sense, but with that, it's a sign that this person is very specific. They know what they're talking about, than a person saying, when I come back, we are going to help girls, we are going to help boys. But how many girls? Million? 3 girls? 5 girls? 10 girls? Then others, even if when you're in business, at times when you're talking about scaling up, you find a person saying that currently I've been producing milk, and I've produced milk for the past 10 years. Then the past 10 years, what is the importance of your milk? Because so many people produce milk. I believe the best answer would be, currently the milk market was infiltrated by a lot of people who adulterate milk. They put in so many things that make milk unsafe, and it also affects maybe human growth and development, and it leads to a lot of non-communicable diseases. But we came into the business of milk production and milk supply because we wanted to provide people with what they call quality and safe milk. And with that, we have been able to support 3,000 households, because we are the suppliers of milk. And now I'm talking about, now we are in the public. Sorry, we're in the business. It doesn't mean that they're only taking people who are not in the business, who are in the community. No, you can't be in a business But when it is very clear, how is your business also adding value in people's lives? Others, a person might be here, but when your niche is maybe in tailoring, we have been able to, firstly, we found out that school children had a challenge of bags, school bags, and then we started producing them. And so far, we have produced 10,000 bags. And these bags, whereby a normal bag on the market costs 50,000, ours costs 5,000, meaning it is 10 times cheaper than the normal bag. And it has enabled children to have where they can put their books, where they can put their plates because they eat food at school. And it has also enabled the girl child to have where they can put their sanitary pads. And with that, we have supplied our bags to over 5,000 schools. I don't know, members, kindly, I don't want to speak alone without getting any comment from people. Are we picking something? Kindly share in the comment section before we proceed, if at least you are picking something. And if you are joining us, don't forget to like the live. As I'm also sipping some water, share your opinion. Are you learning something, or kindly share your opinion? I'm waiting. Okay, thank you, Josh. Yes, I'm picking. Clear. It's flowing so well. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, members, for appreciating. Now, as we proceed, I believe some of the challenges that we face while doing this application, but I wish you guide us according to the essay. I guess it will be fine. Members, that's the purpose of this live. Anything that you want us to, I'm still giving an overview, but at least we are here for 2 hours. Anything that a person would like us to talk about, you will put it in the comment section. Yes, I wish then I'd learned to be clear and I've learned to be clear and specific when answering questions. It's a question that we have already. All right, thank you very much. Yes, you see, now in most cases, if it is, I'll tell you this. If I guide people just based on essay, just that, it is also good. But in most cases, if a person has not received what they call the total insight on what supports a person to make it, however much I tell you, do this in the essay, because at the end of the day, we are doing different things. So I'm guiding you on how to write the essay, but in a very, I would say, in a very systematic way, so that I don't corrupt your minds, that write like this, follow this, because what the fellowship or what the readers always follow is what they call the uniqueness. Each person has their unique story. So each person has their own way of doing things. As long as you do the right thing, regardless of how you do it, because we have talked about being particular and specific. As long as at least a person takes it, okay, now I'm going to answer it in a very specific way, and I'm going to easily reach on the point and write blah 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 blah. But depending on the questions, any question that you have an issue with, you just type it in, then you're going to address it. We are supporting children with special needs on the island of Kalangala. Which category can I apply specifically? All right, I'm going to respond to that too. Now, members, as we are approaching to the Q&A session, I just wanted to give you a clear feel. one of the challenges that I also faced in my first application, I didn't get this guidance. I looked for it from all angles, but I didn't get it. But at least this is the beauty of at times having the YouTube, having the social media. By the time when most of us applied the first time, social media wasn't that booming, YouTube wasn't that booming. So it was you yourself to tussle it out. And that's why currently the competition has also become extremely stiff. So when the competition becomes stiff, you also have to become very, very steady. Now, the other thing that at least a person has to do, kindly have recommendations. Yes. Have strong recommendations. People who can back up your work. What do I mean? People who can back up what you have been doing. Like in case of maybe I've worked with the Ministry of Health. I've worked with this NGO. We have done this and that. And these are, at times, you also attach. There is a place where they put you to attach, to put so many attachments of the things that you have done. Oh, sorry, of people who can give recommendations of your work. So always never forget to do that, members. Have those attachments. Now, with that, I don't know if I have any other thing to share with you here based on some of those things that people do. Then one of the biggest mistake again that applicants do is the mistake of not being them. A person can be doing 10 things and they want to write all those 10 things. Maybe I cook, a person will write, I'm a teacher, I'm a musician. Yes, you can find out on how to package them, but stick to one thing, just one thing. One thing. And why sticking on one thing? That one thing is what the fellowship organizers use to place you in your track or at your university where you will be placed. So guys, at least put that into consideration. So I'm going to start reading a couple of questions and I will also be responding to so many things that come along the way. Yes, the first question was, is TV presenting civic? Yes, I answered that. TV presenting is more civic. Youth TV shows, that is more civic because I believe they are more of edutainment, entertainment, educative, so it is more of civic. Yes. How many experiences should I put on my volunteering? And is it a guarantee for me to put things to prove? Members, for the experiences, you can put as many as possible because the more you put them, is the more you stand better chances. But as you're putting them, rank them. Start with the highest volunteering experience. Start with the highest. Guys, at times sit down, think. There are things that you have done voluntarily that you might not think that they're even volunteering. But if you think and recall them, put them down. Put them down. And then, in order for them to gain more weight, it is better if if you have links. But again, if you don't have links, it's also better if at times what people do, they have Facebook pages, they have TikTok, they have Instagram. Those people will always, sorry guys, electricity has gone here. But I believe you're getting my voice. You might not be seeing my face, but you're getting my voice. That's the beauty. The electricity has gone in the entire area. So one of the things that at least you should do, but at least you're proceeding, yes. Now, it is a voice to voice, voice to text. So don't forget to text if you have any question. Now, put those links. And basically, again, what I'm doing is called resilience. In your application, they will also ask you, how have you been resilient? Now, this is a point of resilience We don't have electricity, but we are still proceeding. So also there are those moments, currently they're asking that question majorly about COVID. How did you remain resilient during COVID? What are those things that you did whereby based on normal situations, a person can't do them, but you remain doing them and you did them in a different way? So those are some of the things that at least you can also share in your application. Resilience. Yes. So when it comes to the questions, when it comes to the links, try to share those links, put those links there. Yes. Now, how do you only put things that you have evidence about? Now, in most cases, as long as you believe, just be authentic. Being authentic is being real. As long as you know you have done something, put it there. As long as you know that you have done it, put it there. Even if when it is real, even only when it is real. But if I may not have its evidence, but I've done it, so put it there. Yes, I'm trying to improvise. So as long as you have done something, put it there, members. Put it there. Yes, don't fear. Don't say, now you see, I don't have a backing document for this. Will they say I didn't do this? But as long as you believe you did it, and surely you did it, put it there. Yes. Thank you, members. Let those questions keep flowing. Yes, I'm picking. That was teacher. That was Roger, Josh. But I wish you could guide us. Now, Josh, kindly share any question where you believe you need guidance. Yes, share that question, and then we see how we can go about it. I have learned to be clear and specific when answering questions. Members, one of the things that we should take from this conversation is being specific. Be specific. Be very, very specific while answering these questions. What do I mean? Don't write general answers or responses. Be specific. Put yourself in the shoes of the person who is reading. If I was the one reading this, would I have understood this person? So that is being specific. So be specific and just tell your story. Tell your today's story, your past story, and your tomorrow. Example, you might be working like Lynette, you might be working on media, but what inspired you to work on media? What inspired you to work on media? And why are you working on media? What is your vision? What is your dream? Why are you working on media? Are you just there because it's a job, or it is a platform that you'd like to use to have the voice, or to be the voice for the voiceless? How has your presence on media impacted other people's lives? And how would you like to use that in future? And if you are selected to attend the fellowship, how would you like to use the same experience to see that it also translates in other people's lives? So you have to be that original, and you give your past, your present, and your future. Thank you. Then we are supporting children with special needs on the island district of Kalangala. Which category can I apply specifically? And now with this, you can apply, your category is the civic engagement, because you are dealing with human transformation. That is civic engagement. Which links? We attach links or the names of the people. Now, in most cases, you're supposed to attach the links. So in those links, at times, if you have blogs, attach the blogs. If you have any, maybe the newspapers have written about you, you have any recording, maybe on YouTube, it might be your channel, someone's channel, it might be a media link whereby you did something and it was recorded and it was heard. It can just be a Facebook link. It can be today even a TikTok link. Any link it can be a website link. It can be an Instagram link. Then people, majorly you can also put people In most cases, if you need points of reference, like maybe for more, if generally if you don't have the links, I don't know whether this time guys who are applying, whether the attachment is still there. By most cases, we used to attach them in the attachment, whereby the final document where you attach them. Do you do you have to be prepared financially? This is a good one. It's a great question. Do you have to be prepared financially? From Derek Muyanja. Thank you very much, Derek. That's a good question. Now, you don't have to be prepared financially. You don't need any money. Now, with this fellowship program, what happens? They will facilitate everything of yours, from transport, even the visa application. They will pay for the visa application. They will pay for your transport from home to the airport. They will pay for your air ticket up to the US. And even in the US, they will give you money. They, at times, I believe some money is given to you when you're even still here as time paid to support you in maybe buying clothes, buying a laptop, buying anything that you believe can be of great value to you, that can also support you. I remember for us, they gave us money, and it wasn't small money, members. It wasn't small money. They gave us a lot of money. So you don't need to be financially prepared. As long as you go through, the program will prepare you financially. They will support you. Thank you. Is it a must to have pictures on those social media? Because can have volunteered in an organization, but my pictures are not in those platforms. Yes, if you surely volunteered and your pictures are not there, but you believe you did volunteer, you can attach them. And then at times, other organizations don't allow pictures at times because of so many reasons, privacy policies and other factors. So as long as you know you volunteered, because at times if they do their background check and they ask that organization or that entity, do you know this person? Has they ever volunteered here? Those people should say yes. Yes, meaning you can attach that. So members, if you're joining, don't forget to like the live and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, members. Now this is the point of resilience, because we don't have the light, but we are still moving. So I believe you're also picking a little from this. Members, kindly, this is the time for question and answers. Let them keep coming. And if you're done with the question and answers, we shall also be done with the live. So is church ministry applicable in volunteering experience? 100% applicable. 100% applicable, as long as it is volunteering. Volunteering is broad. Volunteering is not only done maybe whereby a person says, I'm trying to see whether, I don't know whether you are seeing my sketched face. Volunteering is broad. So church ministry is also part of volunteering. If you have ever gone to a school and supported kids, played with them, danced, did this or that, that's also volunteering. Yes, you're making them happy. So those are some of the things that at least you should not forget to include in your application. Other people have gone to babies' homes, like the orphanages. You have helped the elderly. As long as you have clear statistics about all those things, that is 100% volunteering. Then Maurice, what if you have photos of what you did to help your community? Now, in most cases, the good thing, we still have time, members. If I have photos and I would like to attach them, what I do right now, you can go write a story about all those things. I can go on maybe my Facebook page, write a story about this, in 2013, we did blah, 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 and then you post it on your page. or on your account. Now, when you post that on your account, you can attach that link. There you'd have attached something. And the good thing with a photo, you can't Photoshop a photo that shows an activity. It's a sign that I might not have written about them, but I had them. So it's very, very okay. You can do that. Teacher Morris. More light on recommendations as well. Now, recommendations, in most cases, recommendations, this is whereby people whom you have supported or people whom you have worked with, assume I might have worked with a certain organization or agency or school or community, and this is the time whereby I can know, wow, thank you, members, we are back. Jesus, we bless the Lord that now we are live and clear. But I take this opportunity, and now I have an effect of light inversion. I don't know whether that's the right terminology, whereby when the light comes for the first time. But I take this opportunity to appreciate all of you for remaining here during the darkness. It's a sign that you are resilient. And my prayer is, may God bless you and may He enable all of you to make it. By the way, in Uganda, they take 25 people. In Nigeria, they take so many people. They take over 30 to 40 people because Nigeria has a bigger population, one of the most populated country in Africa. Yes, so they take, I think, 40 to 50, so many people. Then other countries, they take 5, others they take 10, others 7, like that. But Uganda, based on our track record, that with the past alumni we put for you, we did, they take 25 in Uganda. Yes, Josh, 25 people. So 25, it's not a small number. You can be among the 25. It's also very possible for all of us who are here one day to be among the people who have made it. And when you're among the people who have made it, we are willing to transport you to the airport. We shall drive you to the airport while jubilating and also pick you because your win is our win. Let us proceed with the questions. If there is any question which I have not answered, kindly let me know. Can I apply even when currently I don't have a passport? Yes, you can apply even when you don't have a passport. Then the moment they send you, now after the application, there is that process of semi-finalists. Now in that stage of the semi-finalists, that's the stage when you know that you now have gone through, then there you start applying for the passports. Yes, because from there you will receive a call if at least you have made it to the finalists. So you can apply without a passport because even in the provision, there's that if you have a passport, you put the details. If you don't have a passport, you can say, I don't have a passport. So you can apply without a passport because at the end of the day, a passport and accomplishments are totally different things. So you can apply. Thank you. That is from Delgracious. Then Nelson Mandela once said, it is in your hands to make a better world for all who live in it. What are the greatest needs in your community and how was your community service address those needs? All right, I'm going to give an example with that question. Like you find that today, most of us, we live in communities that are heavily handicapped with so many challenges. Now you find that we have two categories of people. And the biggest percentage of those people are the people who complain, people who blame, people who see the negative. Like an example, at the electricity gone, if we are people who are seeing the negative, I'll say, let us also go. But because you are seeing a positive thing out of this conversation, that's why we said, okay, we can keep moving. We can keep moving. So now, in your community, Based on those pressing issues, how have you supported your community? What have you done? An example. I'm going to share just a simple example. There is a movie called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, whereby this village didn't have water. And this young boy who was just from school because he didn't have school fees managed to do all what it took against all odds, even against confrontation from his own parents. And he managed to generate water using the wind saw, all those that water, yes, from underground. Now that's the same thing. What have you done for your community? How have you influenced things? And how is your life how is it a true reflection of the life of Nelson Mandela? Because he also did a lot for his community, and he did a lot for not now for him. He went even beyond community. He did it for the entire nation. So that's the way how you can approach that question. What have you done for your community? Josh, I don't know whether I'm clear, whether you're getting it now. Yes. Then, and then how can submit, please? How can you submit a happy tube? How can you submit? Now you can only submit after filling in all the sections. After filling in all the sections, you will find the final part that says submit. So that's how a person can submit. And when you submit, they will send you an email to say congratulations, you have received the application. Your application has been submitted successfully. So you wait. Yes. So Nelson Mandela question, I don't know whether I've answered it. But if I've not answered it well, kindly again get back to me. Don't get tired. Must your experience match with the educational background? Amazing question. That is from Abdul. I don't know the second name, how I can read it. I don't want to pronounce it wrongly. But does your experience, must your experience match with your educational background? I would say no. Your education background might be in something else, and then your experience is also in another thing. So they don't have any attachment. They don't have any attachment. So those are two totally different things. You can have a different background in education, and then you have a different experience. So those people, you are eligible. So don't worry about that. Yes. Example, you might find a person when their qualification, they did media like journalism. But right now, when they are in maybe entertainment, no, not entertainment, they are in community, VHT, there are VHTs in their communities. So media and VHT are totally different things, but now this one is experience, the other one is education. So they don't have to, there's no problem with that. So you can have a different level of education and different experience. So it can't affect you in any way. Members, I don't know. I might be forced because I have to charge the phone at the same time as we continue the live. So I might be forced to switch off this at a certain point. Then I put on the charger in the phone. Now let me continue the questions. Accountant, whatever you have done, AIE accountant, and whatever you have done is in another sector. Abdul, it's okay, you can apply, don't worry. Whether you did accounting and right now you are teaching, it's okay, don't mind, you can apply, and you will receive the same treatment like any other applicants. So by the main focus is not education, the main focus is accomplishments. What are you accomplishing in your community? Members, if you're just joining us, don't forget to like the live. That is very important, and also to subscribe. Then another question is, thank you, Josh. Josh said yes. Yes, you have. Do I have to address one again from Josh? Do I have to address one need or two or more? Now, in most cases, yes, you can address more than one need. You can address two, but as long as they are, I would say they are in the same line. What do I mean being in the same line? Assume the need of the community is maybe I'll give an example. Like personally in 2024, I won an award under the Tumaini, and these awards are organized by the United Nations, UPCAN, they are organized by World Vision. Those were among the partners. But how did I win the award? In our community, we had a challenge of poor disposal of garbage. And by that time, I was still young. I was even not 22 years old. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Then I mobilized the members in the community. I wrote to our division. I got over 50 members. And we went and did what they call community service, where we cleaned the entire community. Sorry, and we gathered the garbage, and we invited KCCA. That was in Machinda Division branch, and they came. We had so many people. We didn't have any bottled water. I remember even inviting NSSF. They came, and with that, the entire community transformed. But again, there are so many things that I did, but I couldn't put them in my application simply because it would look very, very uncoordinated. Where we say we did this, then from there I could see students starving. I gave them food. Then from there I saw mothers who are breastfeeding, but they didn't have sandals. I also try to be specific. And in most cases, you can give all those details, but let the big one be the big one, and then these ones they get just highlights and mentions. So I don't know whether I'm clear with that. How do you know you have passed, and after how long? That's a good one. Let me check and see. In most cases, you can know that you have passed. They send you an email. So guys, hey, that's a good question. Last year, there's a person who applied. I read that comment, and this person, they didn't check their messages. But when their message came, it didn't come in the inbox. The message went to the spam. I don't know, I believe you know that. The message went to the spam box, not the normal message. So this person didn't realize. Now even the time for the interviews passed. And that's the way how this person lost the opportunity. Now, what does that mean? I believe it comes around in September. Let me see. I'll check and see. But not September, like by December, January, you'll be knowing. You will know. December, January, you will know. But one thing is for sure, always check your emails, and also check on Teachers TV Africa on our social media pages. We shall be updating you about the time when the semi-finalists, the list has been released. But at least they will send you an email, so you will know. Then people will go for the interviews and the orientation by their March, May there. Then they'll travel to the United States, or you will travel to the United States in June 2025. So another one, how do I know that I've passed? Can I use my smartphone to apply? It's a good question. Can I use my smartphone to apply? Yes, you can use your smartphone to apply, though the smartphone at times limits you, yeah? It will greatly limit you. You can at times get a laptop. I would encourage if you get a laptop, Why? In most cases, when you apply with a smartphone, it also doesn't show you that you have made this spelling error, this typo. At times, you might not get that chance. But I've seen also people applying using the smartphone and they go through. So anything can work as long as you have the right content. But if you can get a laptop, well and good. But if you can't get the laptop, you can submit with your smartphone and poof, you can make it. Thank you. Then can I use my, that was from a team, teacher team, Maurice. Wow, I can see the specific, sorry. Wow, I can see the specificity. Thank you very much. Now if you can see that. Application reviews done according to country level or continental. Thank you very much. Now, the reviews are done based on, I would say initially, they used to be done based on tracks, but currently a couple of things have changed. So at times they mix them. A person can review a person from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, blah blah blah, like that. So they're mixing them. Or a person at times can review people from their own country. So it is a mix. It's a mix. It is not very clear now. But as long, regardless of where your applications are reviewed from, as long as you have written good things, there is a rubric that supports people who evaluate them, and chances are very high that as long as you write something good, something amazing, you will always be picked upon. Thank you. Is there a specific number taken from Uganda, or it is any outstanding story? Okay, like from Uganda, the number that is taken, they are 25. Yes, 25. Now in this number, you have male and female. So you always, and then this number is divided in a way that there are people from all areas. You find people from the urban areas and people from also up country. Yes. So while filling in this application, kindly don't lie. When you're from urban, from the major city, indicate. When you're from the rural area, also indicate. That there's a person one time who said, now I can't put rural because if I put that, they may not select me because I'm from the village. No, they take all people. Yes. If you are a person with a disability, also indicate that I'm a person with a disability. Thank you. Any other question, members? Members, any question? If we don't have questions, and if there's a question that I didn't answer well, kindly let me know. But then another thing is, members, while applying, kindly have your own email. Don't use for the friend. Don't use a neighbor's email. Use your email. You don't need any money to open an email address. It is free of charge. As long as you have a smartphone, you can have it. And kindly don't forget your password. If you forget your password, at least know how you can use a number that will enable you recover your email. If at least something happens, maybe you have forgotten the password. Why? The moment you lose your email, there is an official email. The moment you lose it, at times you also reduce on your chances, because these people, in most cases, they rarely call. They call, but they rarely call. They mainly deal with emails. So have an email which is your permanent address, and always check it up. Then, members, regardless of the outcome from this year, as long as you have not clocked 35, we still have other chances, and we still have next year. So take time and understand so many things. Improve yourself. From now up to next year, a lot can change in your life, in terms of your experience, in terms of your articulation, in terms of your volunteering experience, in terms of your networks, in terms of your accomplishments, in terms of your transformation, the way how you see things. So whether you make it or you don't make it, I strongly believe any person who has taken time to watch this live, you can't, by the way, you can't compete with other people, because you find that other people also have this, I'm good. Yes, you might be good, but as long as you have not taken time to understand what it takes to write a successful application. I've seen people writing this application for over 10 years and they never make it. So it's not how many times you have written, but how well you have written. Other people, a person can write for 20 times, 30 times, but as long as they are not clear, they're not picking. Lineage, do they really not mind if your impact numbers are not that big? No, they don't mind about that. They don't mind about the numbers. They mind about, yes, your impact and your dream. Because the fellowship is all about giving you a platform to amplify your dream in order to support Africa get to where it's supposed to get. So they don't mind about the number or the impact, and as long as you can tell your story well. So members, in the morning I showed people some of the pictures. When you get a chance of going to the United States, I use it as an opportunity to learn, use it as an opportunity to network, use it as an opportunity to meet people, to create those meaningful relationships, and to transform lives. Now, members, I remember when I was going to the United States, I think everything was paid for. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, that's me. That is me when I was in the US. That's when we had the conference. I reached so many places. I reached CNN when I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I had an opportunity of reaching Howard State University. I had an opportunity of meeting the mayor. Most of you will go to Georgia. You'll get that opportunity of meeting the mayor. I met the mayor. I went to the church, to his church. He also had a church. And I had a chance of meeting, also of being with the president of Georgia State University, and he's the president is President Blake, William Blake, I think, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. That is the president of Georgia State University. I believe is and he's a black man, very good man. So I did my AI program at the Georgia State University. So I had a chance of meeting people who matter. People who matter. So there are so many opportunities. And also, one of the things that I'll never forget, I had a chance of boarding the plane for the first time. Can you imagine, guys? I had a chance of boarding the plane for the first time. So it was a lifetime experience. I've never, and also, members, when you reach Washington, I don't know whether people know this. You will see this. And so many tourists come and take photos. People come and have so many moments from this. I don't know whether you understand this. I won't tell you what this is, but I believe those ones who know movies can tell. I'm trying to see the battery that I'm remaining with. Yes. Must I have to write when I'm the CEO of something, or even I'm working with an NGO, I can still win? Members, you don't need to be the CEO of something. No, that's not right. You, regardless of your position, you can just be a mere employee, as long as you have an impact. Yes, I've seen people and who are not CEOs. So it doesn't mean that people who make it are only CEOs, but people with impact, people with influence, people who have touched lives, people who have transformed lives. So any person can write or can apply. I don't know whether I've answered it well, Josh. I don't know whether I've answered it well. Kindly, you can get back to me in the comment section. Members, then one of my amazing experiences that I had in the US, I had a chance of seeing the budget. I had a chance of seeing the budget of Georgia, and I had identified, or I discovered that most of the money that those people get, most of like their budget goes to education. I have it with me here in my phone, but most of their money goes to education. You can't even believe it. And it is one thing that also we should learn as leaders, uh, human resource development. And I have it here with me. So when you get the chance of getting this opportunity, kindly, when you come back, have that mentality of transforming Africa by investing in human resource development. And at times, these are some of the things that those people consider. They consider some of the things. Uh, there's also an organization where, like, I don't know where, I'm not seeing it here, but I have it with me. So you find that your way and the way of thinking, like where they ask you, what do you expect to do after coming back from the fellowship? Members, the way how you do things and the way how you think will be extremely different from so many people. Extremely different, because you will start seeing things from a different angle, and you will start seeing things that other people can't see. Like, I'm sorry to say this, there are things that I see, and I some people don't see them. And I ask myself, really, are we in a serious nation, or are we in a serious continent? Why? Because you will see, I reached in a house of a senator, and it is a very humble house. I reached in the house of a dean, a dean of the dean of students for Georgia State University, and the houses are very, very humble. But here in Africa, hey, things are quite different. So, guys, one of the things that you'll achieve from there, you'll see life in its reality. Members, allow me, I'm going to take off the microphone, and allow me to talk, to communicate using my the phone, because the battery is about to black out, yet we are remaining with just 27 minutes. So allow me to use this. And if you're getting me, kindly let me know. Firstly, I'd like you to let me know whether you are still getting me. Am I audible? Am I audible, members? Kindly share, let me know if I'm audible. Thank you. Can you help review applications? Wow, that's a good one. Members, I can help to review applications, just at times they're overwhelming, and that's why at times I don't want to organize these live sessions, but I'm doing it simply because I've been receiving a lot of questions. And in most cases, you can't address all the questions one by one, but I can help review applications as long as a person has taken time to write an application from an inform point of view. I can easily review it and tell you change here, improve here. But if a person has written from just the blue, and then you are giving a person to review the application, you don't understand anything about the fellowship, you don't know even how to write, at times it irritates. But then the good thing is we are building a relationship here. So it's also all about the relationship that we build, and that's how people also connect. Yes, so very possible. In case you have to try another time, do you have to choose on another accomplishment, or you have to stick to the same? Now, members, 1 year is a long stretch, so I can try another time and I choose another one. Personally, the first time when I applied, I didn't go through. I felt very bad. You guys, you're lucky.
For us, we didn't have people to talk to. We didn't. You have to go head on, and then you also don't know which mistakes you committed. What didn't you do right? And I said, oh, with all the things that I've done, I think I would have been selected. But why didn't they select me? I felt depressed, very downhearted, but I didn't give up. Now, the second time when I was applying, I didn't focus on what I'd applied for the first time. So you can change. Yes, you can change. So the second application, it was totally a different thing. Totally different. So things can be totally different because things can change. Yes, things can change. Rachel. Thank you very much, Rachel. Then, how long is the fellowship? Now, the normal fellowship takes, it is a 6-week program, 6 weeks when you're in the United States. Firstly, learning and at the same time enjoying. You will visit places, members. You will meet people, you will go to places, and even the skin. I think the skin. Your skin will change. The skin will change. I remember I went with my shoes. I came back from the US without even polishing them for a single day. For even I didn't polish them for a single day because they never became dirty. Can you imagine? They didn't become that. So that's one of the things that was also amazing. So 6 weeks. Then there is also the PDE. PDE is the professional development engagement, something like that. So that one is also for 3 weeks. Now, at the fellowship, it comes with a stipend. They will give you money that will support you. Apart from the food, you don't buy food, you don't buy anything, but they will give you money that will also keep you running, doing this or that. Yes, and it's good money, members. Good money, good money. If I can say good money, some good money that at least you can use it for on good things that can enable you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then, yeah, thank you. You're still clear. How do we reach you for the review? For the reviewing. You can reach me on WhatsApp. I believe you know all of you who are here. You have my number. If you don't have my number, kindly try to get it. Look for it. You can't fail to get it if you go in that video where we talk about the application, the Mandela Washington Fellowship application. You can't fail to get it or anywhere else. Or query Peter, my number is everywhere. So, and then as long as the person has written something which is interesting, I'm willing to review. Then, just like me in 2019, I was depressed too. Oh, sorry about that. But I believe now you have experience. Yes, I think 2019. Abdul, did you apply? Because I also, for us, I got my. I remember I got my. I got my reply in 2019. And then we are the ones who are supposed to go in 2020. Then there was COVID, but ours was deferred. We did it online. Then it was deferred to 2021, and it was an online program. Then in 2022, we had the chance of going under the enrichment, the alumni enrichment program. They didn't take all the fellows. By that time, we went around 200. So there was also another application which was very vigorous and intensive. So one thing that you should know, you are with the person who has gone through all the battles. Yes. And then when I was also at the Georgia State University, by the grace of God, at the University of Georgia, yes, during that online fellowship, my Ignite talk was selected as the best. And if you go in this channel, that is the first video. The first video in this channel was the Ignite talk video. Yes, so guys, that is the beauty of everything. Now, so now Abdu, I believe right now you have all what it takes to see that you don't make mistakes and you draft a clear application I'm willing to give support. I'm willing to review. And I'm also willing to advise. Members, I don't know whether we need more of these lives or this one is just enough. I don't know if it's enough. We can say it's enough for today. We don't need any other. Or if you also need something else, you can say, okay, fine. We can have another one tomorrow. We can have another one. You can select a day. Then we plan on how we can have a follow up or anything. So I don't know, but that one will come from you members. Then the other thing that at least you should also put into consideration is tenses. Yes, if you look at this, the tenses, try to see that at least your tenses, they have, sorry, your tenses have, they follow the way how the essays are supposed to be. It might not be in my mind, but there is a way how a person has to address each question based on the tenses. Yes, there is a way how each question has to be addressed based on those tenses. So can you help in the major queries asked in the application? Now, mainly, I cannot directly help and maybe fill in for a person, but I can just guide. If I read something that needs refurbishing or polishing, I can tell you, no, here polish, here it's okay, here it is still unclear, but I can't write for you in that maybe writing, or I can't influence you that write this. No, our role is to just guide you, and then also to support you, not to make what they call those blatant mistakes whereby a person is asked a question and they fill in just 10 words and they go on another number, another essay, another essay, another essay. Then they press next, they add in, then they submit. There you can apply even for 20 times without being selected. How to break down that English. Yes, that one I'm willing. How to break down the English. Do you see what Josh did? Josh brought his question. We didn't give him the answer. Josh, I believe you understand that. We didn't give him a direct answer, but we broke down the English. So if you have a question that you believe, you need us to break it down. Share it here. And members, if you are watching this live and you have not commented, you have not liked the live, it's not a good thing, because the person spending all this time talking to you and then you fail to like, you fail to comment, you fail to ask, and you are in the Kamoli. Here in Uganda, we call it Kamoli. You are in the ventilators. It's not a good sign. And then one of your role as all the members who are here after this live, let it be our collective role to see that we become ambassadors. First of Teachers TV Africa. Yes, that's the first thing. Then if you're a parent, again, we have a channel called the Rika Rhymes and Vibes, where we put amazing rhymes for learners, for kids, and they enjoy. So make it a point that also you join that. Now let us proceed with the questions. Now there is a person who sent me a question. I don't know whether they are still on, but they sent me a question in the WhatsApp, and they were asking about maybe alternate email. Now, what is an alternate email? An alternate email, you have your prime email or your primary email. Then the alternate email is the email that is like your secondary email, just in case if they fail to reach you on your main email, they can also reach you on that alternate email or alternative email. But now a challenge is you find that some people don't have those emails also, so it becomes also a big challenge. Or others put them there, but they don't have the login details, they don't have the password, and it affects. So guys, whatever you're doing here, do it when you know that the program is highly competitive, and you shouldn't miss out on any step. Take each step as a very serious step, because to you it might be a joking thing, but you never know. In a joking way, you might be picked, and then you start laughing at yourself. I didn't know. I was trying, but in this trying, you might end up being selected. And members, if you have also ever participated in a program, if you have ever won any award, put it there that I won this award. If you have ever received any recognition, you put it there. If you have ever been in any publication, you put it there that I was published in this newspaper. I was talking about this, I appeared in this. Majorly as a way of beefing up on your area. Then helping in what exactly is needed so that I don't meander. Helping in what exactly is needed so that I don't meander with so much unnecessary. So members, we are remaining with 20 minutes to end our live. Thank you very much for you have been a great team. I've live the questions. Leaders, now, Lynette, what you have to do, you have to first share the question, because there are many questions. You share the questions like how Josh did, then we address the question head on. Not the answer, but at least I tell you, if you're answering this, do this, so that you don't meander. So I don't know whether that is clear. Members, we last got currently we are still having 14 likes. If you have just joined and you have not yet liked, you didn't like, you lose nothing liking. And then you also lose nothing subscribing. Then you lose nothing commenting. And then you lose nothing sharing your opinion. Okay, members, with that, the remaining 18 minutes, I don't know how we should use them if the questions are over, but at least one of the things that at least we should all know, that as long as you prepare yourself and craft what we call your story, your yesterday story. By the way, assume you're answering the area of personal statement. Who are you? Example, I'm teacher Peter Okwari. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm a journalist. I'm also a teacher trainer. I've trained teachers. We have trained over 12,000 teachers. I'm managing this or that. And with that, I've been able to transform lives through this or that. So you find that with all that, if you're introducing yourself, don't talk about maybe in your personal introduction, you're telling us, I'm a third born out of 10 kids. My mother died, my father is still there. We live in Kansanga, but we originally come from Kamwenge. No. I went to St. Peter's Primary School in Zambia. No, that's not a personal statement, members. A personal statement, basically, let it be more professional than casual. Let it be more professional than casual. And members, try to use all those 16, sorry, not 16. Try to use all, I was looking at the likes and there are 16, and that's why I said the 16. But try to use all the 300 characters. Let a person see that this person has used all their characters, and let the person who is going to read your application understand you in the not characters, in the 300 words. It is very, very possible. And also keep in touch. Sorry, count those words. You might not count them physically, but at least you have to have in mind that this is how I can manage my word count. This is what I need to write. This one I will not write it. Members, any question? I would also like to know where you have been watching from. And I would also like to know in this session, if you don't have any question, The more we share what we have learned, is the more others also learn from what we're sharing. So in the comment section, you can share what have you learned. Be specific that I've learned this. It will be a great thing for others also to learn from you. Then you can also share, members, you can also share with us, again in the comment section, anything that you have not understood. It will be a great thing. So kindly, it's also a great thing is in terms of feedback. Yes. Any person, I'll not mention names, you know yourselves. You can share what you have learned, what you have observed, or what you're going to do differently. Guys, possibilities are 100%. We still have that chance. As long as you have participated in this live, and as long as you prepare yourself well, for you, you have 100% chances of making it than a person who submitted yesterday without first listening or taking time to understand what it takes to win or to be selected. Yes, Abdu from Ndeje Wakiso, that is Uganda. I've learned to sell what I am and what I've done. Thank you very much. Basically, it's all about telling your story. Tell people who you are. What have you done? What would you like to do? How will the fellowship help you to be able to do that? To amplify that. Basically, that's the purpose of the fellowship. How would you like it to help you? Because they will ask you, why would you like, if you're selected, what would you like to benefit from the fellowship? So how will it support you to improve and to become a better person, a better leader in your area? So that's amazing. Mine is a vote of thanks. That is Isaac. Thank you, Isaac Ojok. Mine is a vote of thanks. I'm much more enlightened than before coming for this live. Watching from Kampala, thank you. He's watching from Kampala, Uganda. I believe, by the way, I also have confidence that that people who are watching this live, your chances have increased. Your chances are increasing, and I know one day, by the grace of God, never forget to give God glory. Never forget to give Jesus glory, and the Muslim never forget to thank Allah. Your chances have increased by, I would say, by 50%. 50%. Yes. So enlighten on what? Enlighten on what somebody that hasn't been to the fellowship should expect to pick out from it. And now it is going to be helpful when you come back. All right. Now, from the fellowship, firstly, you're going to meet people who are far, far equipped in terms of knowledge. So, firstly, your knowledge, you will improve, you will be enlightened, you will understand, you learn so many things. And you'll also be able to share with those ones. They will also be, at the same time as you're learning, you're also sharing. So when you come back, you'll also be able to build meaningful networks. First, when you're going there, members, try to be having your your business cards. They can be these traditional ones or the soft copy cards. People today have them. Then build those relationships, build those networks. When you come back here, you have at least to reciprocate whatever you have learned there. You bring it here. When I come back to Uganda, I strongly believe that I will share whatever I've learned over there. I will try to see that I maintain the relationship to benefit my work. I'll also try to see that I change the way I've been doing things in terms of benefiting my people back at home. And I promise, because members, if you are taken to the United States, by policy, you have to spend like you have to spend like 2 years. Sorry guys, you have to spend like 2 years before saying that maybe you want to start working in the US. So meaning those 2 years you have to serve diligently. You have to serve as your Ugandans diligently. Yes. So I don't know whether I've answered it. But if you need more guidance, I'm willing to support. Now, how my question on PDE apps, the reason it isn't answered. Oh, PDE, yes. Generally with the PDE, Lean, the PDE, it is a program that is done after the fellowship, but you apply for it now. Now that one, you go and receive what they call hands-on experience. You are attached to maybe an organization, it can be a school, it can be a media house, based on what you applied for. So those PDE programs, with those attachments, you go for more 3 weeks and learn. But again, there's also another stamp paid for that. They give you more money or more money that can support you in that area. So while others are coming back to their respective countries, for you, you remain there for 3 more weeks. Now, those 3 more weeks, the difference is you are not like the other ones where they went to institutions and volunteering. Now, for you, you go to a place and work, real working, real working. So, PDE is all about volunteering, working, or the hands on learning. Yes. I don't know that it's now clear. Lynette, I've learned to be authentic. Amazing. Every bit of what I've done matters. Thank you. People are ready to support and expand my vision. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes. People are ready to support and expand your vision, and we are ready also to support and expand your vision. Yes, guys, we are very ready and willing. Then Teacher Justus, Masiko Justus. This is Teacher Justus Masiko from Green Hill Primary School, Ibanda. I thank you, Teacher Peter, for the work you're doing for this great nation. I've always been following you. Wow, I'm humbled. I'm grateful that there are people who follow. By the way, members, at times, let me also say this here. At times, we also get discouraged and demotivated. So when a person comes out and says, I follow you, I'm encouraged and I'm all that. So there's a way how you feel inspired, because at times we do this, like even this live, we might be on this live and you find that this is the time I have a lot of things to be doing that I should be doing, but I'm devoting this to see that I'm supporting any person who might be interested in this. But it breaks confidence and that motivation when you rarely get any feedback from people, and maybe when at times also people don't promote what you believe in. So when I was in the US, let me share with you this experience. When I was in the US, one of the professors whom I met said, Peter, what you have done, if what you're doing for your nation, you're doing it in the United States, you will be very far. But you're doing it among people who at times don't value. So at times you feel discouraged, you feel like giving up, and you say, no, I won't give up. Because here it's all about maybe, at times people also have this tendency of saying, I'm not, the main purpose is not to benefit this person or to have a symbiotic relationship, but it is all about maybe grabbing what this person has. So at times it discourages. And like example, though I have been telling you to like, subscribe. We have been on this channel now, I believe from 2021. This is our fourth year, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. But if you look at maybe the number of the subscribers when we have, the number of people who watch, you find that it's on rare occasion whereby teachers promote what teachers are doing, or something that we believe can transform Africa. And if you look at it again, for us, we don't believe in complaining and blaming. We believe in being the light at the end of the tunnel. But at times, as human beings, we also get discouraged, because at times you find out you do things. Example, right now, I'm using data whereby no one gave it to me. And time. This is family time, but I'm saying no. We have to work on this together so that I see my fellow Africans succeed. And then at the end of the day, maybe after the live, the person doesn't take time to say, okay, not monetary, it might not be monetary, but how can I be part of this movement? How can I promote this? How can I tell at least 10 people about this? If people had that heart, if all the people whom you have supported had that spirit, teen would be very far. Very, very far. But in most cases, it's us and us alone and a few people. So, guys, thank you very much, Julius, for that comment. And I would also like you to do us a favor to make it a point that you promote teen and all the programs that we do in Uganda. Thank you very much. Lynette, can the visa given take you back in case you want to go back and visit? Nothing in regards to the fellowship. Amazing. Lynette, I like this question. It's a good one. Now, firstly, they give you a J1 visa. I'd like you to take time and read about the J1 visa. Now, with this J1 visa, firstly, it doesn't permit you to work in the US. And it doesn't, if you enter, when you leave, you can't go back. But the beauty with this, it is one. The moment you become a fellow, getting a United States visa becomes very, very simple. So right now, like me, if I want the visa, I don't go through the hassles and bustles that other people go through. Because I'm a fellow, the United States government has invested a lot of money in me. And they know if I went last time during the fellowship and came back, regardless of what I'm going to do, I'll go and come back. So it is more of a CV. Now, if you also need visas for other countries, you can be in the position to get it. Members, is there any person who'd like to see the visa, how it looks like? If you'd like to see the visa, kindly, that visa, how it looks like, to tap into the blessing, you can comment in the comment section and I'll get it. If you like to see the visa, kindly just comment yes, I'll go in the bedroom. I would like, we are 13 people. I would like to get all the 13 yes says, yes. If we get the 13 yes says, then I'm going to get it, and then you see how it looks like. Thank you. They are still coming. The yes. In case you have an upcoming projects that you haven't launched yet, like YouTube channel, can you still put that into your application? In case you have upcoming projects that you haven't launched yet, like YouTube channel, can you still put them into your application? And in most cases, it's all about accomplishments. Now, that one which is upcoming is not yet in place, Lynette. It is better if you focus on things that are on ground. Things that are on ground, yes. So that one, you can put it at something in future. Why would you make a YouTube channel? How would you like it to benefit people and all that? So, but you don't rely on it as something which is strong. Okay, teacher, I won't tire on doing that. Amazing, teacher Julius. May God bless you. Live from Namasuba. Thank you, John. Thanks, teacher Peter, for the great efforts you are putting in for us juniors. Learn to write my essays without putting lies. Okay, thank you. Teacher, sorry, it's not teacher. Members, if you want anything regarding to computer repair, computer maintenance, you can approach John. It's very good. And he has done that for so many schools in Uganda. He has done that for so many people, so many companies. He also does that for us in our schools and even at our organization, that is Teachers in Need and Teachers TV Africa. So, and is very, very professional. So, John, I don't know whether you'll pay for that advert. So, let me see. People are saying yes, bring the passport. Yes. Bring out our visa. I want you to tap into the blessing. Yes. I like seeing it. Yes. All right, members, kindly give me a few minutes. Let me go and bring out my passport. That has the visa. Let me go to the bedroom. Don't go away. I'm coming back. Hello, family. I'm back. I've been looking for the passport. Unfortunately, I've not seen it. Now I've seen it. Members, in my passport, uh, in my passport, John, let me see. Read John's contact on air. Yes, members, I'm going to read John's contact. I believe, I don't know, I believe uh YouTube doesn't allow that to read the contact on air, but at least the good thing, most of you have my contact. You can email me or contact me, and then I will send you John's contact. Yes, YouTube doesn't allow reading people's contacts on air. Yes. Members, this is the passport. In this passport, you didn't have any visa. Not even a single visa. I'd never traveled outside Uganda apart from Kenya. Apart from the East African countries. So my first opportunity, I got it when I traveled to the United States of America. So, and yes, and this is where I pray from, and I don't also remove it. I pray from the Kakande Ministries. I don't remove it from my passport. Why? Because it's the person also prayed for me for the opportunity. He told me 10 years down the road that one day you'll go to US. And I didn't know, I didn't see it coming, and it came to pass. So guys, this is the passport, as you can see it, and it has a number of visas right now, but the main visa, these are all visas. These are all visas. These are all visas. But the big visa is this visa. Let me see. It is this visa. Let me hope you have seen it. That is it. I'm sorry for not showing it fully because of I don't know whether there are policies and all that, but at least this is the visa. As you can see, visa, and as you can see here, US visa, United States of America. I don't know whether you can see it clearly, and that is Teacher Peter. So members, you can make it, and if you don't make it today, if you don't make it this year, again have that hope and belief that you'll make it tomorrow. You'll make it next year. One of the things that I'd like, as we are concluding this live, one of the things that I'd like you to do, I know any person who watches this live, as long as you are committed and serious, you have to, by the grace of God, to go to the United States. Yes, Teacher Peter, let's have a look at the visa and tap into the blessings. Yes, guys, this is the visa. Just tap into the blessing. Just tap the screen. By the way, for me, I also tapped into the blessing. There is one of the fellow whom I looked for. She's called Victor. She went before me. I looked for her and I said, Victor, I need a photo with you so that I can tap into this blessing. And she said, Peter, take all the blessings that you need. And I tapped into the blessing. Right now, she's my good friend. We went together to South Africa again under these programs. We have been in so many programs with her. So it's this program. It is also one on how to build meaningful relationships. So we might not have met with most of you here face to face, but I believe we have started a relationship that is going to live for ages, if at least you believe in building meaningful relationships. Yes, so tap into the blessings. Remember, that's the visa. That's the visa. That's the visa. That's the visa. So one of the things that I was still telling you, and that's the passport. Tap into the blessings, members. Whether you don't have a passport, just tap the screen of your TV and say, in Jesus' name, in God's name, my passport is coming and it has to be filled with visas. If you look at this passport, it has a couple of visas and it is still getting visas. Visas, 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 visas. So in Africa, if we are to transform our continent, we shouldn't have this selfish mentality of saying, let me succeed alone. Whatever you know, what has made you successful, try to share it with others. Yes, try to share it with others. Have that spirit of being the light at the end of the tunnel. And you lose nothing when others succeed. Because at the end of the day, if we are all good, if we are all doing well in life, it's a sign that we are developing. We have this mentality of sabotaging people. It's a bad thing. So personally, I'm willing to do all what it takes to see that all of you and all of us here make it to the Mandela Washington Fellowship. I promise you one thing, I will not write for any person. I can't do that. But I can support, I can read, proofread, I can guide you, I can support you, tap your head so that you can remember what have you forgotten, what haven't you written. And at the end of the day, whether you make it today, you don't make it today, you will surely make it tomorrow. Because I believe now, all of us who have been in this life, there is that one thing that has come in your mind. And one, I believe that is preparation. Now you know what it takes, and you know what you surely need in order to become the best or to be selected. Yes, I tap into the blessing, the man. How long did it take you to write your application? Remember, as I told you, firstly, I was a failure. I wrote the first one. I remember even, guys, some of us have gone through a lot, a lot and a lot. But I remember my first application, the way how I wrote it. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have a smartphone. I could go to a cafe. I could sit there and I write it from there. At times the woman could tell you, I'm closing. You are still fidgeting. Then you save. You say, okay, I'll come back another day and defend this opportunity. So I wrote. You do this, you scan this. I remember using over 40, 50,000. That was in 2016, 2015 there. And all this money, I didn't give it to any person. But because I didn't have a laptop, I didn't have a smartphone, I had to always pay for money for, I remember those, for the cafe, that time. And then money to scan the documents. And at times I could disturb my neighbor, him with your laptop, and at times he was also busy. So we went through a lot. So the second time when I applied, by that time I had a laptop. I used to do everything on my laptop. And it also made work very easy. I would say my application, it took me, the second time of applying, it took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yes. 2 weeks, because I could write, read through, then come back after one day, then read through. I said, nah, this one doesn't make sense. After even recalling, hey, I've done this, then I write that down. I remember I've also done this, then I write it down. And one funny thing, guys, I didn't have any person to proofread my application. Because even the second time when I was writing, I didn't know on how to write a successful application. All that I relied on was I was telling my story. I was sharing my story and sharing my aspiration as a very young and innocent boy who has dreams and aspirations of transforming education, transforming Africa. I was just telling my story. I remember when we reached in the United States, let me show you this program. When we were in the US, there is a time when they asked all of us to talk about ourselves. And guys, I'm going also to show you a young girl. This young girl, I'm going to give you a story. We met her somewhere, but I remember when we were in the US, I believe we were we were in Georgia. I think we're in Georgia. Yes, we're in Georgia. I'm looking for that photo. We were asked a question. Yes, yes. This one. If you look at that gentleman, I don't know whether he's still alive, but I believe he's still alive. The white gentleman and the lady, they are rich people, very rich people in the US, very, very rich, very damn rich. So each year they invite fellows to their home, and we talk about ourselves. And by the way, if you see the shirt that I'm putting on right now, what a coincidence! The same shirt that I was putting on that day. Yes, wow, it's a coincidence. Now, we're talking about ourselves. Then, uh, one of the things that they asked us was, why did you apply? And where are you coming from? I'm coming from Uganda. But the thing that I told them, the reason why I applied, I wanted to reach America. Yes, that was one of the reasons. Yes, I want to learn. But now you don't put that in the application, members. But that is one of the reasons that I said when I reached there. I also wanted to board a plane. I never boarded a plane in my life. So, guys, boarding a plane is not a crime. That is me. When I was explaining to them, we had over 40, 50 people that had come to see us, that had come for this dinner. It was an amazing dinner, and it was also a great networking opportunity. So, you lose nothing saying that maybe, but that was not put in the application. But when you reach there, yes. If you get in, can you give, if you get in, can you give an Ignite talk that isn't related to your project? If you get in, can you give an Ignite talk that is not related to your project? Yeah, you can give an Ignite talk that is not related to your project, but it will make you look as if you are not serious. It is better to stick to promote your calling. What took you there? If it is maybe entertainment, you talk about something in entertainment. So it is better to give an Ignite talk is more of promotion. You are advocating for your you're advocating for your you're advocating for your what? You're advocating for your space and for your calling. So it is better to be original and stay in the lane of that. Members, I wanted to show you this young girl. We met her in that was in Atlanta, and in this place we found this area. They distribute drugs. They distribute drugs all over the world, majored in Africa and all over the world, and free of charge, and even medical equipment. But in this place, as you can see here, I stood here because there was the Ugandan flag. Yes, I love my country. There was a Ugandan flag. So I stood there to take a photo near the Ugandan flag. But there are so many flags all over the world. And I found this young girl. I can't recall her name, but I found that young girl. She was also volunteering. We had gone to volunteer. And that day, one of the things that I learned, one thing that at least we should also learn, let us teach ourselves how to volunteer, and let us also teach our children how to volunteer. This young girl is coming from a very rich family, very, very rich family. But I asked her, why are you volunteering? She said, firstly, I have to gain experience, and then I have to improve my CV. So if I don't do this, my CV will be dormant, and I would also not have work experience. So these people, they don't get work experience from working alone. They also get work experience from volunteering. Now, when it comes to our setup, people only want to get work experience from working. So guys, I'm also giving you strategies if you're applying some of the things that you can talk about in terms of transforming and triggering the African mind. I can say I would like to learn about the work ethics of America. How are they working? How do they do things? So with that, that's why we can't compete with them, because in life you can't compete for an international job with a person who has a volunteering experience, yet for you, all the time of your work you have on the paid experience. You can't compete with such a person. One day I also had a chance of meeting the US ambassador, the former US ambassador, that was Deborah Malak, and she told me the same thing. She told me that she started as a volunteer. Then ask yourself, do we members, you can drop in the comment section, are we good in volunteering in Africa here? Be honest. Is it something that we take on serious? Yes, yes, teacher Peter. It took me, yes, I think I've answered that. My second application, it took me 2 to 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to write it. But 2 weeks are enough. You can do that in 2 weeks. And by the way, that one, I didn't have any guidance. Now for you have this guidance, you have this enlightenment, you know this, you know, So for you are more prepared than the way how some of us did it. I didn't have any person to talk to. What you guys you're having, I was desiring. I was desiring to have at least one person to talk to me, to tell me do this, write this, to inspire me, but no one. No one. I didn't have any person. And even the ones whom I tried to approach, guys, people might take this as a joke. Some of the people are not approachable. I try to approach some, but they could tell you I'm busy. You send a person maybe a message, they will never respond. They will never. At times, even on WhatsApp, you see it as blue tick, but the person will never respond. So it pained me, and I said, okay, meaning whenever we succeed, people need our support. So that's why I'm here. So I'm not here because I don't have what to do, but I'm here simply because I believe someone out there might need the support. If you get in, I think I'm done with that. Members, we're about to conclude the live, unless if you have a burning question. Can you do projects with people from other countries? Can you do projects with people from other countries? If you have gone through, I don't know, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by can you do projects with people from other countries? Lynette, kindly be specific. I've not understood it well. Then yes, I believe here you are saying no to the experience. Members, kindly, whether you make it this year or you don't make it this year, one of the things that you have to do on your task or assignment, try to gather a lot of voluntary experience. Try to take time and volunteer. And in most cases, whenever you volunteer, at times take photos, upload those photos. Those photos will speak for you. You might be vying for just the Mandela Shenton Fellowship Program, but those photos may speak for you 10 years down the road for big positions. You are being selected as the UN ambassador, as the UN representative in this country, the other country. You are being selected as a president. So at times, things that we do, the good things that we do in a joking way, they tend up becoming big and massive things. So take volunteering as a very, very, very big thing. So as we go ahead next year, this year, even starting this year, start engaging yourself in volunteering. Yes, you can. It's actually highly encouraged to network and collaborate. Yeah. I believe Lynn understood her well. You can collaborate, you can do a project, but those projects come into place after the fellowship has taken place. That's when you can do that. Or even during the fellowship, you can do a couple of programs and projects. And even while in the US, you can create a lot of networks. For me, I will tell you this, that some of the people whom I've met are my friends right now, and they have also supported. Currently, we organize the Outstanding Teachers Awards, and you find that they have supported in terms of technical guidance and also finance, in terms of buying. I have Dr. Sharon Hill. Each year she buys a laptop for the winners. she buys a laptop for the winner. So I met her from there. Right now, if I go to the US, I can't sleep hungry. I can't sleep on the veranda because I also made good connections, people whom we still speak with up to now. We are still in contact. So when you go there, try to see that you build relationships, and relationships that can last, relationships that are meaningful. I don't know whether that is clear. Members, as we are coming to the end of the live, um, when you meet someone the same goal as you on the fellowship, yes, exactly, yeah, you can do that. You can, yes. And then there are also programs that are done after the fellowship. There are programs that like the reciprocal. There are programs like the reciprocal program. I think there are two programs whereby the fellows can join and do a joint program here, or you travel. Then there are those ones whereby you join with an American citizen. That's a reciprocal program, and they also come and you do a program jointly with them. Yes, you can. It's actually highly recommended to do that. Yeah, thank you very much. Members, thank you very, very much for your time. I do appreciate. I don't know whether you believe that we need another live or this is enough. So what's your opinion? We are the cabinet. Whatever we pass here, whether we are two, currently we are 9 on the live, but whatever we pass here will even be passed in heaven. So, do you believe we need another one? Do you believe that we need it daily, after 2 days, after 3 days? Do we need something that will be very specific and particular? Maybe we come and talk about something that we believe that we talk about only this. So, the ball is in your hands. Why I would like to see you when you're raising your flag, your country flag, either if it's for Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya, as long as you raise it so high when you're in the US, that will be a great, great achievement for us as teen, as Teachers TV Africa. And then who knows, when you become a president, you'll say, Teachers TV Africa, you have struggled a lot with the equipment. I bought for you a big studio because you also did this for us 10 years down the road when you have even forgotten what we did for you. So, next Saturday, thank you. Members, let me see. These applications, the submission, the deadline is 13th. 13, isn't it? Let me see, 13th, yes. And the 10th of September. 10th of September. So I'm trying to check in my calendar. 10th of September, it will be a Tuesday. So guys, now on Saturday, next Saturday, I will be having a program. Yes, one of the things that we do as Teachers TV Africa, by the way, we have a media department. So in that media department, at times people hire us. We have cameras, we have the drones, we have cameras. So on Saturday, for me, I just go as a supervisor at times, but also helping. We have a function, and it is for a teacher, fellow teacher. Majorly, people have been inviting us as teachers because in most cases, they can't hire those expensive people or media houses to come and capture their functions, take photos. So they come for us. So guys, if you also have a function and you believe we can be of help, any function, feel free to contact us. So that Saturday we have a function and it is taking place very far, deep in Eastern. So I won't be in Kampala. But meaning from today is 24th, this 25th, that's Sunday. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 60 days. So, members, I think what you're going to do, those ones who have been able to attend for that for today, it's well. Maybe we can have it, I think, on Wednesday, Tuesday. There we shall be communicating. The good thing you have my number. And it will also depend on those ones, the question that I might be having in my inbox. I promise that I may not be able to address all the questions privately, but at least I'll come here and try to address them. Thank you very much. As we conclude this live, I would like each person, now this is your time, kindly share with your friends who are watching, what are you going to do in your application that you believe you wouldn't have done before, so that as you are sharing that, someone is also writing, it can also help them to improve on their application, so that we can all make it. I believe here we're just 8 who are remaining. We have been around 15, 16, 17. So it's a sign that all of us, we can make it. So in the last remaining 3 minutes, what is that one thing that you're going to do differently than that you'd have done before, yeah? So that a person can pick a leaf. And we started with, if you have a pen and paper. So as these people are sharing their opinions, you're writing. You're also sharing yours. We write. So thank you very much. So now the ball is in your hands. Guys, the remaining 8 people, I think I need around 5 people to respond. Thank you. Members, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to take time to watch the video that we created on how to prepare a successful Mandela Washington Fellowship application. We shall also pin it in this video, or you'll find it in the description. And above all, don't always, at time, whenever you get time, follow Teachers TV Africa. We are on Facebook, we are on TikTok as Teachers TV Africa. Then also the Rika Rhymes and Vibes. If you're a parent and you would like your child to learn how to read easily, that's our niche. As a person, you should also have a niche. Members, I'm not seeing any comment. Are we sleeping so that we can't sleep? And no comments, members. If there's no comments, Rachel Namazi, thank you. So thanks so much, Teacher Peter, for all the insight tonight. We have been blessed. Thank you, Rachel. But at least you haven't shared what you have taken. At least share one thing that you have taken from the live, so that even other people can learn from you. What is that one thing that you have taken that you're going to do, so that as you are writing, other people will also be writing. And as you are sharing, other people are also going to be sharing. So it simply means all of us here, we shall live with around 5 to 7 different things from different people. Members who have been on the live. Thank you. So guys, I'm waiting for that. Then we say bye-bye. Teacher Maurice team, I believe with the assistance given by Teacher Peter, will be able to come up with a better application. Thank you. I intend to go more specific and data-based than my 2019 application. Members, have you taken that? That is from Abdu. Is going to be more specific and data-based than his 2019 application. So thank you, guys. Put that down. And then Teacher Maurice has said, I believe that with the assistance given by Teacher Peter, I'll be able to come up with a better application. Wow, that's amazing. So guys, any person can come up. The moment I know of a friend of mine who made it. This person, his English is not the best, but he made it. So you can make it. It doesn't, there's nothing as maybe good English, I'm the boss. No. Any person can make it. I've seen classroom teachers. I've seen people who are just in the civil, like advocacy, making it. I've seen people who don't have jobs making it. Yes. So any person can make it. Focusing, Deogracious, focusing on what exactly you are doing. Thank you very much. Being focused on what exactly you are doing. May God bless you, Teacher Peter. That is from John. Thanks a lot. Kamaga JPM I2O to arm up in the armor and write, then await the blessing and fulfillment by God. Wow, thank you very much. So meaning is going to prepare himself. So meaning, guys, you have to prepare yourself. Yes, prepare yourself. Thank you very much. Then, okay, I've learned that the right track. I've learned the right track in which my accomplishments fall, and I've gained more confidence. This is possible. It is 100% possible, members. Very possible. So thank you very much, members. I believe you can send me a WhatsApp. I will notify you when we have the next live, either tomorrow, another day, based on the feedback that I'll be getting from people. I'm willing, by the way, right now, I'm willing to offer this time so that any Ugandan, any willing person doesn't say that, oh, I wish I had a person to support me. Yes, I had lost morale. Sorry about that. I believe now you have been energized and you have been and you're going to go for it head on. So guys, don't lose morale. And any person, it's not all about your English, not all about the networks or the people you know, not all about anything that can make you qualify. It's all about your preparation, again putting God first, and also avoiding those mistakes, and then not forgetting that there's so many things that you have done. All of us here, there's so many things that you have done. As long as you learn how to tell your story and how to package them well, we shall see you in America. Guys, thank you very much. I also request you after this live, don't forget to go and subscribe to our channel of the Rika Rhymes and Vibes. Let me write it for you here. It's like this: Rika Rhymes and Vibes. If you need music, those rhymes for children, I don't know, with this white, hey Jesus. But that is it, Rika Rhymes and Vibes. It's our second channel. Kindly, all of you subscribe, tell all your friends, all family members, and members, may God bless you. Don't forget to pray before sleeping. Thank you very much. And I'm closing with the prayer. Dear Holy Spirit, Father, we thank you for this session. We thank you for today. We pray so that your mercies can be upon us and give us the grace so that we can be selected. We tap into the blessing of visiting USA and visiting great nations, and may you bless us to become great people. And Father, as we transform lives, as we transform our life, also bless us to transform other people's lives. Give us the grace to be true and real to the things that we are doing, and whatever we get made, give your name glory. Protect our lives, protect our families, protect the troubled nations like Ukraine and Russia. Father, protect our children, protect our leaders, our presidents, and above all, may your name be glorified. Father, also bless the American government for this program. Bless the President, Barack Obama, who came up with this great idea. And also bless Nelson Mandela, because it is because of him that we have reached this far. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Holy Spirit. In the mighty name of Jesus, and we all say, Amen. Guys, good night. Good night. I love you all. May God bless you. See you. And don't also forget to watch our other videos. We have so many videos about the Mandela Washington, about so many things that we do on this channel. So let us become a family. And don't forget to send me a WhatsApp. Love you.